Week 3, we told you it wasn't a lie. We are still here, still ruling the network, and the silver screen dudes are back in town.
This is how we do, this is how we do.
It is time for our next Best and Worst installment, guys. It is Tuesday, 6 PM, which means it is time for the Best and Worst show. And this week, how the hell am I going to do worst on this one?
The house that does no wrong.
The house that literally does no wrong. The perfect studio. We're doing the Best and Worst Pixar movies.
Yes, we are indeed, we are indeed. As I said, it's a house that can do no wrong. You have to love everything about Pixar, from first movie to latest movie. But you can have your favourites and your least favourites, and I think that's the way we can do it. It won't be, well, yeah, it's worse in that sense, but it's still not terrible. I'm sure it will still get a very high rating if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you're 100% right. Basically, guys, if people ask me, and it sounds stupid because there's this preconception in the head that Pixar is just a kids movie studio, and it's like, no. Pixar make movies for everyone. They know how to make inanimate objects animate. They know how to convey real emotions in all their movies. Pixar is the only studio I know which does a cartoon that makes you fucking cry every time. They're geniuses, these guys. They've got the hottest writers on the planet working there, some of the best effects animators, and they do not make bad movies. If someone says to me, Nick, what's the best movie studio in the world? Every time, without fail, Pixar. They don't have a stain on them. One or two slight smudges, but no stains.
I'll give you smudge.
There's no stains. Do you know what? Let's start with the worst. Let's build up to this. What's your worst Pixar movie?
You're gonna laugh, right?
Be careful.
You're gonna laugh because it was... I actually really enjoyed the movie till the last segment, and it freaked me out. It gave me a ooh. And that's just quality to Pixar actually on this. Ratatouille. I love the whole film. I really love the film until... Spoiler if you haven't seen it. The last part of the film where you've got all these rats coming in to help cook, and I just pictured rats in the kitchen, and it was just too realistic for me, and I was like, ugh. It's always put me off, and I've never really been able to watch Ratatouille again since, if I'm honest. But I really do like the concept of the film otherwise. It's an actually really enjoyable movie, but that last scene killed the movie for me.
Yeah, Ratatouille I think is actually one of Pixar's overrated movies. I mean, I like it.
I enjoy it, I really did enjoy it.
But it's never one that stuck with me. And I have rewatched it since I first saw it, but it's, even after rewatching it, it's like, eh.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't want to see it, not because of the rat thing, just in general. When I watched it, I was like, this is actually really good. And then that scene came, and then we're like, no, thank you.
My worst, actually, is one which I'm very late to the party on. I nearly went with Cars 2. Cars 2, okay, this is a funny one, because Cars 2 is arguably a worse movie than my least favorite. My least favorite is Brave.
Oh!
Yeah, Brave really rubbed me up the wrong way, for a simple reason being that
I think I know where you're going.
The first half I thought was fantastic. I loved Mira, I think she was called. I loved her character. They kind of gave her a Jasmine from Aladdin thing. It's like, no. You don't pick my husband. I am free spirit. Papa, fuck off. You know, I love that about her. I'm like, go Pixar. Fly the flag for the females, make a strong female character, make her stand out, make her memorable. And she is, she's a great character. Then it got silly. Now Pixar, I said at the beginning of this, I don't think of a studio that just make kids movies. This felt very kiddie. The moment the mother became a bear and then there was a whole hunt for her, and I was like, okay, you've lost me. Yes, it's not actually interesting anymore. And that I thought was a crime, because considering how strong the first act is, for it to crash and burn like that. I mean, I know people are gonna say, yeah, there was a problem with this movie in development, there was the writer's strike and everything. Pixar, come on guys, you know better than that. Don't really sit there, do a rewrite, take it back to the drawing board. This didn't work.
I'll give it a bit of thing, I'll defend it a bit there against you for the fact of the period it's set in. It's that kind of old folklore type thing. You can have those kind of myths and curses and what have you. I'll give it that. Yeah. My problem that I had with Brave, and I thought that's where you're going, is when they reanimated Brave. There was the original look, and then they tried to make her fit in with the Disney princess.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
That I didn't really agree with, yeah.
No, I didn't know about that.
That part I didn't agree with, but I actually do enjoy Brave. Another one of those movies I was like, enjoy it. I don't think you're going to agree with me on this one, but I think...
Probably not.
I'm just going to go, it was the Pixar movie I've watched the most, and I think that's where I go with it. I'm going...
I know where you're going.
With The Incredibles.
Thought so.
Yeah, it's The Incredibles. Toy Story trilogy. I'm the fourth, the jury's still out with me on that one. Yeah. I will see it because I have to. 3 was so touching, the journey in that. Yeah, so many movies. I just had a problem. Not a problem, sorry. I just couldn't pick those because, hey, Superhero Geek, look out for some more news from us in the future on that.
Yeah.
And it just had every element. They took the Fantastic Four and made them cool. That's the one time the Fantastic Four has worked, if you would. And it wasn't the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So, whoever, because I've heard Fantastic Four maybe moving, whoever is going to be remaking the next Fantastic Four movie, study The Incredibles.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
And we've got a sequel coming out, I think it's next year.
Yes.
Can't
Long
wait for
awaited.
that.
Long awaited.
It's going to be great. God, how do you pick a best in this list? Man, I've got so many I could go for. I've got a soft spot for Toy Story 3. It made me blubber at the ending scene. It's so heartfelt.
touching.
I nearly went with Toy Story 3. I love WALL-E. I love the fact that it is like this purist cinema but in modern form. You know, there's no dialogue. It's all just done through movement. That was a genius idea. Obviously, being a diving instructor, I love Finding Nemo. I'm not going Nemo. And shout out to The Good Dinosaur, which is Pixar's most criminally underrated movie.
Yes,
That's got a scene in it that makes me just shed a tear or two too. The scene with the sticks, when they're talking to each other about their families dying. That's real shit, man. That's why Pixar are great. No, I gotta go Inside Out.
Very good movie.
I have to do it. Now, I've watched this movie both under the influence and not under the influence of substances which don't need to be mentioned. And it is equally incredible in both. This film, just how do you convey, how do you make emotions, people, inanimate objects? How do you make it all something we can relate to? How do you explain the goings on of the mind so that a child can understand it and be like, oh, that's how my brain works, and then an adult can understand it and go, that's fucking awesome. Only Pixar! Like, only these guys. The creative thinking that went into this movie. I've never seen anything like it. And Pixar, rut's the wrong word, but Pixar went through a stage where they were pushing out sort of 80-85% movies. They hadn't done a 90+% movie in a long time. Oh, Inside Out was back with a bang.
Side note, you may, I may unleash it. You may go, if you're on my Facebook, you would have seen me reenact anger through Musically. Just thought I'd throw that in as well.
Say what now? Let's put the link to that in the description then, please.
We shall do.
We shall do. It is time for the official best and worst. So for those of you who don't know, this is the guessing game where AJ tries to get the official best and worst score as voted on in Rotten Tomatoes, the world's biggest aggregation of film critics in the world. AJ, would you like to have a stab at Pixar's worst? It's quite easy. You should get
I am going with it. You mentioned it earlier. Cars 2.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah.
It's actually the only film. Now, Rotten Tomatoes have got different ratings, and not just in percentages. They've got Rotten, they've got Fresh, and they've got Certified Fresh. Cars 2 is the only Pixar movie which is actually Rotten, meaning I think under 55%. That's the only one. And it's still, I believe, over 50%. That's saying something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 1 out of 2 so far. AJ, you should get this, because, okay, here's a clue. We've had arguments about which is the best movie in this lot. I don't want to give away the right words, quite a few times. It's in and amongst there. You should understand me. It might be a bit of shabia to you guys, but you should get me. And both of them score 100%, so you've got 2 chances. Guess one for me. What is Pixar's best movie?
We're in the Toy Story franchise I'm going with now.
I say nothing.
Okay. Do you know what? Screw it. I would have gone 1. I would have gone 1 for everything in it. But I'm going to go Toy Story 3 for the emotion.
No, we lost it!
There was a snake in my boot. Go for it.
Toy Story 3 got 99%. Toy Story 1 and 2 both with 100%.
Deservedly so.
Yes.
Deservedly
yes.
so. Deservedly
yes.
so.
I don't quite see why the third one is rated lower than the second or first. I think they're all equally amazing, but hey, that's Rotten Tomatoes. That's all the critics of the world saying they prefer 1 and 2, which is fine. I personally prefer 3.
Luca! Bueno! Pignouf! Bueno! Pignouf! Bueno! Pignouf! Non les pignouf!
I'm on a roller coaster. You pick me on the right day, you'll get a different answer. Yeah. Honestly, and today it was wrong.
The one time
the 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3. Yeah, and I got it wrong. Hey, that's cool. Yeah. Hey, it is the way it is. Guys, please, over to you. I'm sure you will be in the argument with us. Your favourite Pixar, your, as we call it, least favourite.
Least favourite. There's no worst.
Least favourite. Please comment below. give us a like, subscribe to the channel, The Silver Screen Dudes. We love to hear from you. You guys make us possible. It's an honor to be back. I'm going to keep saying it this whole month. Yeah, please, love to hear from you.
So guys, until next time, you can tune in every Tuesday to see the best and worst show from yours truly, Nico Luro, and the one AJ, Anthony Jordan. And until next time, see ya.